Today we're going to take a look at graphing tangent. So let's just start out with an example. Let's say that I wanted to graph y equals 2 tangent of 4x. So I have to keep in mind all the time what the tangent function in general looks like. So from our last video, we know that tangent has asymptotes at negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. It has a 0 at 0. Pi over 4 is 1, negative pi over 4 is negative 1, and it squiggles like this. So the period of this tangent graph is pi. That should be clear to you because this one curve here is one cycle. So to go from negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2 is pi. So anytime you want to find the period of a tangent graph, if you take a look at, in general, if you think of it as a tangent of bx, your period is going to be just 1 pi divided by b. Okay? So when I look at tangent of 4x, that tells me that my period in this case is going to be pi over 4. So I'm still going to plot my asymptotes right at the halfway mark, just like my picture in general. And my 0 is still going to be at 0. I'm still going to have a point up here and a point down here. And I'm going to just squiggle like that. What you need to think about is that this whole squiggle here should cover a length of pi over 4. So if I'm looking at it this way, what's half of pi over 4? Well, half of pi over 4 is pi over 8. Pi over 4 times 1/2 is pi over 8. So really, this asymptote on the right-hand side is at pi over 8, and this asymptote on the other side is negative pi over 8. So that a value is now going to be at 2, and this one's going to be at negative 2. And there you have it. There's the graph of y equals 2 tangent of 4x. Let's graph y equals negative tangent of 1/2 x. First, we're going to find our period, which is going to be pi over 1/2. Now remember that when you divide fractions, that's really the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2. So my period is going to be 2 pi. So I'm just going to plot my asymptotes and sort of make my shape, and then I'll be able to label my points. So tangent always has a 0 at 0. Now this negative sign is going to have the squiggle go in the opposite direction. This tangent is now going to decrease instead of increase. So now the period we know is 2 pi. So from asymptote to asymptote, I have to cover a span of 2 pi. So how can I label those asymptotes? Let's think. What's 2 pi times 1/2? What is half of 2 pi? You're right, that's 1 pi. That means that my asymptote on the right side is at pi, and my asymptote on the left side is at negative pi. Your a value is still 1, so we're going to label this tick mark on the y-axis with 1, and this tick mark on the y-axis with negative 1. If you want, you could also label the halfway mark on these tick marks. So half of pi is pi over 2. So that's something that you can also do because we're really, really good at cutting things in half. Okay guys, great job.